Hello and welcome back to Red League Season 3, Week 9. We're in the last week in Kenya now, and, well, I'm slightly nervous. Let's say it like that. Give you a quick look at the table. I'm currently sitting in first still. I did lose against Ice last week in Bolivia, obviously. With that mistake, I would have been surprised if it hadn't been the case, and I think I even had the second worst score of everyone. Um, the good thing is that Chicago had the worst, so he lost as well, which means that if I just win my game today, everything's still fine. If I lose, everything's partially fine because Ice plays against Cameron. So unless we get a perfect game between the two, I can't be worse than fourth. But I don't really want to worry about that either way. I just want to win my game. I'm playing against M the Baseman. He's in 7th. He's got 16 points. He's safe from everything. He can't get promoted anymore. He can't get relegated. I hope he doesn't put in too much time into practicing Kenya. He's obviously still going to give it his best in the actual seed, but maybe no 10 hours of practicing. And yeah, I'm not too confident about Kenya. I do think I have a chance at winning, obviously. But yeah, it'll depend a lot on the seed. Division 1 has something like a joke seed with 2 national parks in it. I don't know if that would be good or bad. It depends on how much M the Baseman practiced and how good he would recognize the national parks. I think it would more likely be good at this point, but still, it's always a bit of a random element, and that's not really what you want to have. So let's just get going and let's see what we can do. 3 minutes 35 rounds. Let's try. Okay, that's an interesting start. Straight away, we're in Mombasa. That's a good start. Maritime House. We have a roundabout here, a weird roundabout, but still a roundabout. Lots of these clocks on the roundabouts. We're going east currently. I do think we are pretty central in Mombasa. How central? Oh, why not? I mean, I can't afford. I've never not put a pin down, but this would be the worst week to do that. So this is actually interesting because this makes me believe we're somewhere like this, for example, Uhuru Garden. There is a roundabout right here. We just go back to that quickly. Yeah, we did go east. There's this roundabout here. Sterling City Motors. Maybe there's the standard chartered bank maritime, which they're the maritime house. That looks about right. And there's this big gap as well here in between that, which looks good. And there's Shazad Motors, that makes it a bit easier. We slightly more east, I suppose. Perfect score ranges in Kenya are ridiculously tight, so let's make it as perfect as we can and get our first perfect score. Very good. 4 more to go. Okay. A bit more interesting, this one. What do we have? Girls Secondary School there. I think it said Meru there. I'd rather not waste time if I have the time to confirm it's somewhere else though. La Hero. Ahero. Nyando Divisional Headquarters. Interesting. A bunch of names there. Some of which I feel like I recognize, some of which maybe not. We'll be 500 meters ahead. That just says thank you, come again. Ahero as well. I think. They're also difficult to read. Okay, that's blocked by the truck. I want to read those. I can. They're too far away to be read, but this maybe? No. Just not anything readable, really. See, this is a major intersection. It should have something close by. Tells you where you're going. Everything's just slightly out of view. What about this here? No, don't think so. Can't read anything important from that. I might be able to find a hero on the map somewhere, but because I'm not confident, I don't want to spend my time looking for it. So this says it as well. Isumi. There we go, that's something. And a hero. There it is. Okay, okay, good. There's also a river which was close by, if I remember correctly. Yes, this right here. So we're west of the river. At a major intersection, yes, that does look like a major intersection. Should be gas stations here which aren't quite there, but there is a Total gas station. Not too far away, or is that still in a fitting place? There's another one here, yes, it's still in a fitting place. That's actually the other side of us. So it would be here. Yes, yes. Mobile back on the Street View pictures were shot. But that should still be right. And I think I'll go with that. Slightly closer, maybe? Just a bit. Yes, another 5K. Round 3. Okay. Black car. It's also always important to just have in the back of your mind. Not the be all end all of Kenya. Naungo? Police post? I've never heard of that. So I don't know how helpful that would be. Wildlife works. Now I have seen that around before, but where? I don't really have a clue. Which is not great because now the more that I look at this, the more I feel like this is a repeat location. And I have had it before, not in one of the other seeds, thankfully, but in one of my practice rounds. And the good thing is I think I got it back then. I actually want to head back and try the other way. Well, it's very loud outside my window. And let's see. This way going to provide more information. Maungu. Okay. It doesn't look that much better, to be honest. The good thing about the black car is that it's not all that relevant in the western part of the country, so I can kind of just ignore that part. I do want to just... Oh, there is the... Oh, where was it? Wasn't that here? Out near Aberdare? Or was it not here? No, it probably wasn't. Down here? Was it over there? I think it was over here, actually. I think it was here somewhere. Maungu. There it is. Okay. It's stressful. And will I be able to pinpoint this? Probably not. Because it's... it does have that. Might be this one here. Can I see anything in there? I don't think so. Just a lot of relatively indistinctive buildings here. The main issue. I just noticed that truck said Mombasa. Not always something to trust those trucks. Though in that case, it at least would have told me somewhat the region. There's the train tracks, by the way. Really not easy to tell where this is. So this road technically goes both ways to the north as well, but I can't see that on the map, and I don't think it would be one of these. I do think it has to be this one, and we walked west to get to it. And we didn't walk far west. We have those two buildings close by. I'm assuming it's these. We might be off by a few hundred meters here, but my time's out. And I can't correct it anymore anyway. 312 meters, yep. Which direction? The other one. Oh, it was this one. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's hard to say. Uh, yeah, but still, that's okay. Round number 4. That is interesting. This always reminds me of like um very suburban Nairobi. Just these very forested areas, some of the suburbs. Uh, they look just like that. Tiger, Spring Valley, Pony Road. Nairobi City County. That's very good. New Mutaiga. We'll just pop it down here for now. There's Spring Valley. There's Peponi Road. And there's Tingy Ridge Road. Does that fit? Yes, that very much does fit. And we walked south to get there, if I remember correctly. There's this one right here, which could be this, Peponi Rise. Let me just quickly confirm that if I go further. Yes, there's this. And we started right of here. Maybe slightly further over there. Let's go with that. Yes, one more. Okay, that's not... actually, pretty sure I know where this is. Rough region-wise. I don't know exactly where it is, but this looks completely like the strip of road that goes alongside the coast north of Mombasa, north or south of Mombasa. I don't think I've seen this sort of whitewashed everything from road to houses on a north-south road anywhere else. Whatever it is outside there could really shut up, but it's fine. I hope you can't hear it too clearly. Still, even if I do know which region it is, I need to find the rough, well, a bit more to narrow it down. I'm going to continue a bit further north and then I'm going to turn around just to make sure that there's no great information either side of the starting point too close. Nothing important. Let's see. The problem with this road is that it's very, very long and pretty straight. So just by the direction of the road, you can't really do much. It's just sort of pretty north, south, slightly to the east for a long, long time. Service Bay car wash. And it's even not the easiest to tell if you're north or south of Mombasa. This looks a bit better. Nufaisha is probably not a town name, but more so just a shop name. California shop. Nafu. Is Nafu something? I do think we're more likely to be down here, though. If I'm being completely honest. And now I'm going to turn around and try the other way. By south. I do think the north is looks a bit less like this. A bit more, not dry, a bit more orangey in terms of dirt. But either way, this is really not the round I wanted to see as last one. There could have been worse rounds, don't get me wrong. But this is not the best. Got 40 more seconds. See, that's something. Computing center. No, that was not something. And I just imagined that. going to put it here, I think. And just hope for the best. Yeah, I can't do anything else. And hope that my gut instinct wasn't completely awful. Wrong side of Mombasa. Wrong side of Mombasa. Had I just gone south from the start, I would have made it into Kilifi. I would have recognized Kilifi. Would have been an easy round. Is there anything else here I could have found? Anything that I saw? I don't think so. There's nothing here. Can I just get lucky once, please? Once? I just want to have one lucky round. We've had 11 weeks. I haven't gotten lucky. At least I don't remember it. I've gotten lucky with some other people playing bad as well. But just purely, I've taken out of context my rounds themselves. I have not gotten lucky once, I don't think. I've gotten unlucky loads of times. I've also done some pretty shit decisions. But that is super annoying. Let me actually check something. Let's take a look. Look at this very carefully. Just have a look around. And now compare it to whatever's down here. I mean, that's pretty much the same. Let me actually, can I? No, I can't do that like this, but the one thing would have been, okay, down here, there's not much coverage down here. That would have been it. Okay. I thought it would at least continue to like down here. So maybe it would have been a better decision to go north of Mombasa to start with. But still, I thought Kilifi looked different. Like if I go further down here. Yeah, that's not what I thought Kilifi looked like. Let me have a look at this here. Because I know I've had locations in Kilifi before. Yeah, it looks different than what I remember. But yeah, that's, again, just unlucky that I walked the wrong way. Actually, if I just continued after that curve and had that curve in mind, there is no such curve down here. So maybe that could have helped as well. I could have still very well put it up here. I don't think I've ever had a location here before, but it would have been much closer at least. Well, no one's played yet, as far as I know. Yeah, Mingo. All right, of course. Well, gotta show you through the other division seeds. So, of course, I'll have 5, 4, 3, and 1. 5 started us off round 1 in Nairobi, actually. Not too far away from the city center. In a suburb called Umoja. Umoja phase 1, though, not actually Umoja, because Umoja is over here, of course. I found a bunch of, like, I found Umoja, I found Comarox, I found Obama Estates, but it took me all the way until out here before I thought, I wasn't sure it's Nairobi. I just thought, okay, I've got to look now, I'm running out of time, and then I found Umoja. Round 2 was in Mombasa, over here. Just going, first of all, I the roundabout felt familiar. It's because I had a practice round that was like down here and I walked up and found the roundabout. For some reason, I wasn't entirely sure though, but once I made it over the bridge, over the river, and actually looked into Mombasa, and on that roundabout I found the Makupa police station, which stands out on the roundabout itself, so that was fairly easy. Round 3 was over here. I think something close by said Kisumu. I mean, I didn't walk far. I might as well check what it was because I can't remember, honestly. I don't think that is actually me. Yeah, this says Muhoroni. I don't think that was what I found there. Anything over here that I found? Yes, Muhoroni County Hospital in Muhoroni, County Government of Kisumu. That was it. So that made it fairly easy. Round 4 was down here. Niam Tito Ande and Kibwezi eventually. I don't think I found anything, to be honest. Yeah, I did not find a single thing. Just walked up, walked down, nothing. So I just guessed up here. But keep that that location in mind. And round 5 was near Embu over here. And I think what was, I mean, something said Embu here. I was sure of that. And then it was just road direction. I did find, what was it that I found? I'm not quite sure anymore. I did find a couple things here that would have fit maybe. But yeah, the main thing was Embu and then road direction, because if you look at it, no other road here really goes like this that is that close to Embu. It could have maybe been up here or down here, but I just thought it's more likely to be there, and it ended up being there. It was difficult to pinpoint because there was actually nothing really that helped you out there, because a lot of buildings here that just weren't on the map. And, well, not so much that the buildings weren't on the map, that there's no POI there on the map. So well, this is a building. What is the building? Doesn't say. So less than helpful. I think I saw the Fafis mentioned somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. Division 4 had us started off sort of northwest of Nairobi in Suswa, which was actually quite interesting because right at the start, I can show you that, there's signs towards either direction towards Narok and Mai Mahyu. And this was one I remembered somehow from practice. I couldn't remember where it was. And then it was Narok that I found first on the map. But you wouldn't need to remember those because there's this. That makes the whole thing a lot easier because it just means we're right at the county border. Because I then also spent, how long did I take? Well, can't have spent that long, but surely about 20-30 seconds trying to judge distances to these two, and just was off massively. Because I was looking for a road that heads south, if you remember. From the signs here, there's also one that points towards this direction, which is towards Ngong, 67 kilometers. There is a road there. There is no road here, which also made it difficult to pinpoint, But so I was looking for a road that leads south towards Ngong, and Ngong is here, by the way. Yeah, it wasn't the easiest round to pinpoint, but certainly I don't expect people to drop many points here. Round 2, back to Mombasa, pretty much downtown, north of the Bohani Gardens on sort of an oval roundabout. Made it all the way to here to the main road, and then I kind of just went looking for the roundabouts, and that one wasn't too difficult because there's also the county commissioner's office, the county governor's office, and another Standard Chartered Bank, and all of those were visible from the start. So that was right next to Fort Jesus. So that was not too difficult either. Round 3, up all the way up here near Masa Bits, which is as far north as the coverage goes. If you exclude a couple of views in Lodwa, which unfortunately wasn't in any of the seeds. I would have liked that. Nivo was the other sort of extreme in down here in Loitokitok, which would have been quite fun as well. But none of those present, unfortunately. So we just had that up here, and I found Logo, the town, and well, the town entrance sign towards it. And just based on how it looked, I knew it had to be either this road or this road. And it looked more like this, so I checked there. First was that, yes. We then moved on to the other one with number 4. And now being able to tell the difference between those two roads after having actually seen the northern one, because in practice I guessed the northern one a bunch of times. Well, it was always the southern one. Now I actually saw it and knew the difference, so I knew that this had to be this road. And right around here, there is a town entrance sign for Nga Taik. I knew that we had to be up here and not down there because of the curve here, this curve, which made it pretty obvious that, well, such a curve does not exist down here. So next best place was up here. Didn't take all that long either. And then round 5 finishes us off with the Lever Wildlife Conservancy. Looks like this, just to show you if you haven't seen it before. Just very dry, this specific vehicle as well, so that supposedly very easy to recognize. We'll come to something else in the Division 1 seed. And yeah, if you've had that in practice, you'll recognize it. Alright, that was Division 4. Division 3 was again just more of a normal seed. Started us off in Garissa, which was actually quite interesting again, because this is the most eastern point of coverage. Well, not quite the most northeastern, if anything, because I think it extends. This might be slightly further east. It's close. Very close. But yeah, you started on a bridge. The thing is, I'd never heard of Garissa before. I haven't sawn it in practice, and because this is so out of... I haven't sawn it. What? I haven't seen it in practice, and because this is so out of the way of everything else, I normally didn't even zoom in over there. So I was just zoomed over here trying to find it, and this was just so far off my center of vision that I just didn't spot it for ages. And I even saw multiple things that said like North region and Northeast region, and it still took me about 3 minutes and 30 seconds to find Garissa, and then it took me the remaining 10 seconds to pinpoint because that was super easy. But yeah, I could have, with a 3-minute 30 timer, that would have been super close. Round 2 was, oh, would you look at that? Do you remember the location? I certainly didn't. Oops. What did I find? Oh yeah, I think I found, up here I found something that said Kibwezi. And I then found a pretty major intersection that went east, but I knew we couldn't have been that far. Actually, no, I did think we might have found this intersection, but I traveled quite a distance. So I thought, okay, I'll, go a bit further south around this curve. Nope. It was actually this intersection I found, which is apparently not that major at all. And we were down here again. Is that just because I didn't realize that, actually? Was that this seed? No, it wasn't. Was it this? Must have been a Division 4 seed. No, it wasn't. Where did I? What? I'm now confused. This is the one I was just looking at, right? I did say Tito Andre before. Why did I say that before? Let me go through these again. Yeah, there it is. Is that the same location? Oops. It is, isn't it? No, it's not. There's Pomwamu hardware. Okay. Slightly different. I was just very confused there. And you'll find out soon why. Round 3 then brought us over into here. Wasn't actually, it was much easier than it looked because I have recognized Mwala as something I've seen before. And because I recognized that, there's a couple of specific places that I then look, where I had a lot of locations in practice that, stood out to me as kind of weird. I had a couple around this area near Aberdare National Park, but not in it actually, just in this sort of area. And I had quite a few over here, sort of close to Matu. And I saw a distance sign. I don't quite remember, distance signs are very rare in Kenya, and I can actually show you that quickly. That actually give you the distances to a bunch of towns. Over here. There it is. And it doesn't say Matu, but I thought it might have because I couldn't read. And I recognized this from Matu because there's another one in a similar area. So I just checked there and found Mwala pretty quickly. I also said Kitamani on that distance sign that I thought I might have recognized as well. But yeah, in the end, just, maybe a bit lucky, but due diligence, I would call it. And round 4 then brought us back into Mombasa, up here in Miritini. and I guessed over here because, well, I went north and didn't look like I'd hit a major road. Welcome to my major road. So yeah, this is sort of, this whole region here looks very similar, and I just couldn't quite tell where exactly it is there. Round 5 is up here near Ugunja, which I did recognize but didn't know from where. But eventually I found a sign again pointing me towards Kisumu, and also afterwards towards Siaya County. And once I found Siaya County, Ugunja was relatively easy to see. And then the Division 1 seed, the joke seed, because it started us off round 1. Oh, would you look at that? This time I actually did recognize it, other than the second time I had it. Third time's the charm, and I actually put it in the right spot, sort of. I didn't want to spend too much time on that. I knew the location. Round 2 then brings us over into Keroka, which you didn't have to move very far. Right here, right next to the starting point. Show you that again. There was a sign pointing me towards this one right here, pointing me towards Kisii and Nyangusu. And Kisii is relatively recognizable for some reason. It's over here because it is a county as well. So, and Nyangusu is down here. So it just had to, I made it to the intersection, looked at which direction it goes towards Nyangusu, and then sort of judged, okay, Kisii is up here, Nyangusu is down there. I have to go west towards Nyangusu, so it kind of has to be here. And north towards Kisii. That was a good location. Pretty easy, but still fun. Then we went back into Mombasa, this time over there to Mikindani, or otherwise known as Bangladesh. That's just a small part down here. Still quite funny. And yeah, I just misjudged distances, I would say, here, because you can see, I'm pretty sure if it does eventually load, there you go, you can see water over there. But I just thought, I don't know how far you can see. And I felt like I had traveled, I don't even remember what I felt like. I made it to this bridge, so just so I confirmed that it is this area. And apparently I traveled further than I thought. And 2 more rounds to go, which bring us into the national parks. First of all, remember what it looked like in Leva Wildlife Conservancy? Yeah, it looked like this. I'll give you, maybe it did look a bit more mountainous, but I mean, you have some hills in the background there. Maybe it could have been like that. Same car. And so I thought, like, I mean, the thing is, I was aware of this. And then I looked, I had the Leva Wildlife Conservancy in, I think, the Division 5 seat, I don't remember. And that brought this back into my mind, and I was like, I remember I had that in practice once. I thought it was Leva Wildlife Conservancy always, and then it was up here. So I checked it on Google Maps, and I just found ARI coverage. So I thought, okay, must have imagined it, maybe it was somewhere else. But no, it was here. And I don't know if that coverage just hides the official Google coverage, or if the official Google coverage only extends like over here. But yeah, that's why I got it wrong again. And then round 5 brought us down here into the Shimba Hills National Reserve. And I did actually, at that point where I was checking out that, I did also check out all the other national parks. So as soon as I spawned in, I was like, oh God, I remember this. But which of them was it? There's a bunch down here. Southwest has coverage. The Mara Triangle has coverage. Aberdeen National Park has coverage. So a bunch of national parks here that have coverage. And I remembered, okay, I think it was the last one I checked, the most eastern one, southeastern one. And I just completely blanked on this park. I thought this was the most southeastern one. So that's why I got that one wrong. I'm certainly looking forward to the scores of the Division 1 players in this seed. Yeah, you can see there it took me 5 minutes. I don't think any more time would have helped that score, to be honest. Maybe slightly more time scouring the map for national parks, maybe. But even so, I don't necessarily think so. But yeah, let me actually have one more look at our challenge, our seed. Let me see if there's anything where people might drop points. Round 1, central Mombasa, obviously not. Round 2, um, over here in Ahero, I don't think so. It wasn't a particularly difficult location, and you had stuff pointing towards Kisumu, so unlikely. Round 3, probably the one that's most likely. I mean, Maungo does stand out, to be honest. So probably not. But that's the one I could imagine, maybe. And then there's Nairobi suburbs. I really doubt it. And then that leaves us only with this location down here. And I went about as far away as I can from the right place. So that's not great. So yeah, probably going to be seeing you again in the playoff match, which is not what I wanted. And it was looking really good for 4 rounds, and then this happened. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for doing so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.